வணக்கம். Welcome திரு J.V.C. Sreeram அவர்களே. Shravanji, please introduce about Ayodhya Chronicles. Then I will introduce J.V.C. ji, and then from there he can take over.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நம்ம அயோத்தியா கிரானிக்கல்ஸ்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம ஒரு ஷார்ட் சீரீஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். இது 6வது நாள். பயங்கரமான சப்போர்ட் இருந்துச்சு எல்லாத்துக்குமே. ஸோ அதுக்கு முதல்ல தேங்க்ஸ். ஸோ நம்ம பர்பஸ் என்னன்னா, வேற பரிமாணங்களில் இந்த மெகா செலிப்ரேஷன் ராம் மந்திர், லார்ட் ராம், இது எல்லாத்தையும் என்னென்ன பர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்லாம் பார்க்க முடியுமோ நம்ம அந்த பர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்லாம் அந்த டாபிக் எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ் வச்சு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கோம். அதில் ஒரு டாபிக் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, அந்த காலத்தில் அயோத்தியா எப்படி இருந்தது, அதுக்கும் மற்ற கண்ட்ரீஸ்க்கு தொடர்பு இருந்தது. இன்னொன்று ரிலேட்டட் ராஜதர்மான என்னது, கவர்னன்ஸில் ராமராஜ்யம் ஏன் சொல்கிறோம் அப்படின்னு. அந்த மாதிரி வேற டாபிக்ஸில் பார்க்கும்போது எக்கனாமிக் ஆஸ்பெக்ட் ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஆஸ்பெக்ட். இப்போ எப்படி அயோத்தியா ராம் மந்திரத்தினால அது எவ்வளோ எக்கனாமி பில்டாக போகுது, இதுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் விதமாக இம்பாக்ட் இருக்கும் அப்படின்றதெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இன்னைக்கு ஸ்ரீராம் சார் வந்திருக்காரு. வெரி ப்ரௌட் டு ஹவ் சார் டு டாக் ஆன் திஸ் யூனிக் பர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ். ஜெகநாத் சார், நீங்கள் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் த ஸ்பீக்கர். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஸ்ரீராம் சார், நீங்கள் அந்த ஸ்பீக்கர் இன்வைட் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், அதை அக்செப்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
Shravan, you go under mute. There is a feeble voice from your side.
Yeah. வணக்கம் அனைவருக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். Let me have the privilege of introducing a cephalogist திரு J.V.C. Sreeram அவர்கள் on behalf of Tamil Nadu BJP Thinker Cell. திரு J.V.C. Sreeram அவர்கள், he started his career in sales in 1993, became a corporate trainer by 1998, became a global keynote speaker and trainer in 3 continents by the turn of the new millennium. He is also a best-selling author and writes and comments on political history. He was one of the very few, or perhaps the only one, who predicted the exact number of seats, 302, for BJP in 2019, and went on to predict 18 states accurately. And very recently, he was the only cephalogist who predicted BJP's victory in Chhattisgarh, in the state polls of Chhattisgarh. He is a very prominent national TV panelist on prime time. Welcome to J.V.C. Sreeram அவர்களே, a cephalogist, to our Ayodhya Chronicles thought series on the economic aspects of the Ayodhya development. How the development of the economic boom is happening and set to boom over a period of time, thanks to Lord Rama and the initiatives of Honorable Prime Minister and the beloved all the countrymen. Over to you, sir.
I also, on behalf of Sri Shelvi Avargal, President of the Tamil Nadu BJP Thinker Cell, I take this opportunity to welcome all the people who have joined the today's session. I could see that my entire team, along with the TN BJP Thinker Cell District President Preeti Sai, Lakshmi Avargal, எங்களுடைய மாநில செக்ரட்டரி ரவிக்குமார் அவர்கள், புதுவையிலிருந்து ஆழ்வார் ராஜா, அனைத்தும் அவர்கள் எல்லாரும் ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. On behalf of the TN BJP Thinker Cell, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. You can start the session. Thank you so much, sir.
Jai Sreeram. First and foremost, I thank the organizers, particularly the Tamil Nadu Dialogue Cell, to have given me this opportunity to be a speaker, because I think, Ramakaryam edu pannanalum adu oru blessing irundha nadakum. So, and I've chosen this topic for a particular reason. When I told the organizers that I would like to speak on this topic, because I know pretty well that there are a lot of people who would be speaking about the cultural aspects, the historical perspective, the legal battles which have been fought, and the lives which have been lost for the cause of the Ram Mandir. But I wanted to give this perspective because there are several people in the media who would say, what does a temple give you? What is a temple? What is the use of a temple? Because there have been quite a lot of people who have been talking about why not build a hospital, why not build this, why not build that. Now, let us understand the first and foremost thing. Before I even get into the economic front, I want to just keep a small, part of it which I would like to speak now. அதாவது ராமருங்கிறவர் வந்து இன்னைக்கு நம்ம constitution, not only the constitution of India, even in somewhere in the world, whatever it is being there in the constitution of the world, including UN, United Nations, it is all the life of Bhagavan Sreeram. ஏன்னா அவர் வாழ்ந்தது ஒரு எடுத்துக்காட்டு. He is an example to the world. He is a role model to the world. I'll quickly sum up this whole thing. When Lord Ram saw that his father is getting married for the second time, there was a trickle of tears from his mother's eyes. And that is when he decided that in his lifetime, he will have only one wife. And before that, several kings, including his own dad, had several, 4 wives, and I don't want to get into that. But today, why I'm mentioning is that today it is a law in India that orutanukku oruthi, one for one. So what Lord Ram practiced is being, practiced today. And he was the first one to do that. I'll give you a second example. The second example, when his father with tears in his eyes said, you have to go to the forest, he just obeyed. He didn't even question it, because for him, at that point in time, king is the constitution and Maharaja is the constitution. அவர் சொல்லிட்டார்னா அவ்வளவுதான், அதுக்கு வந்து தலை வணங்குவதுதான் தன்னுடைய கடமை அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் போனார். Today we are expected that every citizen must be bound by the constitution. The third one I would like to tell you is there was a sage by name Gautama Maharishi, and Gautama Maharishi, for a reason, had cursed his wife to become a statue under the water. And she pleaded, saying that, how do I get rid of this curse? And immediately the sage said, the day the feet or the hands of the purest man on the earth touches you, you as a statue will turn into life full of woman. And when Lord Ram was in forest, he had to take bath in that river, and his feet touched the statue, and what is happening is, immediately the couple are overjoyed, and the sage immediately gives him a Vishnu Astra. And Vishnu Astra is a very powerful weapon. And what happens is, after that, Lord Sreeram goes about killing around 10,000 demons, Rakshasas, in the forest. And at that point in time, Lakshmana asks him, when you have the most potent weapon in your hands, why are you using this small weapons and killing each one of them? Bhagavan Sreeram says, see, this weapon has got dangerous consequences. It cannot be used like that. Just because we have a weapon, that doesn't mean that we have to use it. Today, world over, in UNs, we talk about, in United Nations Assembly, we talk about weapons of mass destruction which should not be used, whether it could be nuclear weapons or biological weapons. Now, Bhagavan Sreeram was the first one to say that I will not use it just because I have it. So what does it mean? Lord Ram is the way to live life. So such a temple coming in Ayodhya is a dream of everyone. But now, our Prime Minister, Honorable Shri Narendra Modi, he does not do anything just for the sake of, constructing a temple. He also looks at what is the development angle towards it. What is the development for it? For our listeners, I just want to give one small information. There is something called as pilgrimage economics, and I just tweeted that a few seconds back. 1.4 billion domestic tourists visited the religious centers in 2022. It was short of the pre-COVID number, which was 2.3 billion. 2.3 billion. Mind you, a billion is 100 crores. There are 6.4 million foreign tourists who come to visit Indian temples, and far short of some 30 millions pre-pandemic. அதனால என்னன்னா, ஒரு பில்கிரிமேஜ் எக்கனாமிக்ஸ், ஒரு இந்துத்துவ எக்கனாமிக்ஸ், ஒரு இந்துத்துவ பொருளாதாரம்னே ஒன்று இருக்கு. அது வந்து இப்ப நம்ம காசியில நம்ம பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். நான் வந்து ஒரு 1.5 மாசத்துக்கு முன்னாடி காசிக்கு போயிருந்தேன். எலெக்ஷன் முடிஞ்ச உடனே என்னோட போட்மேன் சர்வே அங்கே தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன். அப்ப என்கிட்ட வந்து ஒரு நிஷாத் போட்மேன் என்கிட்ட சொன்னாரு, முன்னாடி எங்களுக்கு 250 ரூபாய் வீட்டுக்கு எடுத்துன்னு போறது கஷ்டம். But today we are able to take minimum on a day when there is rain, on a day when there is less tourists because the summer is very hot. Even on that day, we are able to take minimum of 1,000 rupees to our homes. And ICICIdirect.com has said that every shopkeeper, including big hotels, big shops, small shops, street vendors, everybody, they have seen up to 65% increase in revenue in Varanasi alone in the last 2 years after the construction of Kashi corridor. Now, this just goes on to show the power that Hindutva combines with economics. Now, Ram Mandir is coming. What is going to happen as far as Ayodhya is concerned? I just have a compilation and I just want to share this. First thing first, 85,000 crores investment is coming into Ayodhya. These are projects which have been signed. Now we need to understand that Ayodhya is a small town. Ayodhya is a very small town. And we should also understand that Tamil Nadu recently conducted an investment summit. And Tamil Nadu was able to attract commitment worth of 6.6 lakh crores. And Gujarat attracted 25 lakh crores. And Uttar Pradesh attracted 33 lakh crores, of which 85,000 crores. And this figure is going to go up. This is number one. The new international airport has come up in Ayodhya, which we've all seen. Maharishi Valmiki International Airport no vandirukku. And connectivity has already started. It's a sleepy town. This town has only seen curfew. This town has only seen bloodshed. This town has only seen deaths for the last 500 years. But today, you have an international airport which is going to connect. Revamped Ayodhya Dham railway station. And these two have investments close to several hundreds of crores have come into it. Now let's come to the next one. 7-star multi-utility project of 51 acres are coming in the Sarayu River bank, which means Sarayu River clean பண்ண போறாங்க, complete clean பண்ண போறாங்க. இந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட் இன்னும் ஒரு 2-3 வருஷங்கள்ல complete செட் ஆயிடும். And 51 ஏக்கர்ல this project is coming up. Roads are expanded like mad. Bridges have been constructed. Water metro services. We are talking about, because Shri Narendra Modi is very fascinated about the ports and the water services. We've already seen it in Mumbai. We've already seen it in different parts of the country. We are going to see Sagarmala project coming up. Water metro services are going to come up in Ayodhya. Next, in a place where there is hardly any star hotels, 73 star hotels are coming up, which is itself going to generate 20,000 jobs. 73 star hotel. யாரெல்லாம் கட்ட போறாங்க? தாஜ், ஐடிசி தாஜ்ல வந்து மெயின் தாஜ் ஒன்று வரப்போறது, விவாண்டா ஒன்று வரப்போறது, ஜிஞ்சர் ஒன்று வரப்போறது, ராடிசன் வரப்போறது, ஹயாத் வரப்போறது. 70. So when you have 73 star hotels, now you should know the kind of profile of audience that they are expecting. And then you have to look at how many small and medium budget hotels will be coming up. That is going to be in hundreds, and that I have not calculated in this 20,000. So probably several thousands of jobs are going to come up in the smaller sector. Ayodhya night on the Sarayu River bank la tangi and the Sarayu River வந்து enjoy பண்ணி and the nature enjoy பண்றதுக்கான next project. FMCG companies are going to set up. Now Bisleri has already started setting up its water unit. Ancillary units and MSME firms have started coming up. Now, unconfirmed reports, because I happen to be a consultant with Coca-Cola, unconfirmed reports tell us that both Coca-Cola and Pepsi are coming out with water bottling plants after Bisleri has already started. And in next level, they are going to make it into a Coke bottling unit, Pepsi bottling unit. All those things will come. And Ayodhya will become the center to cater to 12 districts which are surrounding Ayodhya. Because, what is going to happen is, like districts like Amethi, districts like Basti, districts even like Varanasi, these are all close adjoining, Prayagraj. All these districts are going to see major industries coming up, because it's not only Ayodhya, it's going to be a hub and spoke model, because Ayodhya lands are almost exhausted. Real estate boom. See, அதாவது இந்த verdict வரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு சதுர அடி, which means before this verdict came, a square foot of land in Ayodhya was costing anywhere between 500 and 1,000 rupees. Today, the land prices are almost hitting 10 to 14,000 rupees. And I'll give you another important detail a little later. Over 3 lakh visitors are expected every day. Yatris, pilgrims, 3 lakh. And we should also know that Tirumala attracts close to around 50 to 70,000 tourists every day. Now, what they're talking about is resident to tourist comparison. Now, this is how the economy is going to shape up. For every one resident, there are going to be 10 tourists who would be visiting Ayodhya. This is what is the minimum calculation. And then look at the kind of prosperity which Bhagwan Sreeram is going to bring in to the people of Ayodhya. The people of Ayodhya have waited for long. The families have waited for long. They have probably had nothing to do, no business to cater. Tourists have been afraid to come. But now they are going to be, abundance is going to enter. In fact, what we talk about is, those of you who have read Sundarakanda, the Ramar Pattabhishekam chapter, those of you who have read, you will know what kind of prosperity with which Ram ruled his kingdom. Lord Sri Ram ruled his kingdom. They said there was never a poverty, there was never a drought, there was never a famine as long as Bhagwan Sri Ram ruled Ayodhya. And that is what is going to come in this Kali Yuga, which is there in Ramar Pattabhishekam. Those of you who have read in Sundarakandam, because Sundarakandam completes with Ramar Pattabhishekam. Those were the exact words which will be uttered there. And that is when it is going to come. And IRCTC is planning to have 1,000 Ayodhya bound trains, not 1 or 2. So that's the kind of junction that they are planning. 1,000 trains which are bound to Ayodhya are going to come. Next, Indian Industries Association is expecting an annual turnover of rupees 50,000 crores in the next 1 year, which is going to have a doubling impact. Because you look at it, tourism is going to drive, and more importantly, these are going to come. And exports from Ayodhya already had risen by 130% to 254 crores. Because handicraft industry, again, toys, bangles, jewelry, and articrafts, and Ram Mandir replica, all this is going to be exported. Because today, the celebration is not only happening in India, it's not just Ayodhya, it's not India. 108 countries celebrations are happening. Yesterday, I gave an interview to a news channel and a radio FM channel in Nairobi in Kenya. And they are saying that 3 days, the procession has already started. Today afternoon, the procession has started from a particular location called Kitabe in Kenya. And it is going today to the Ram Mandir, to the SSDN temple, where Balaji temple is there. And today, bhajans, tomorrow, Havan, and 3 days of celebration is going to happen. So, if you're thinking it is going to be restricted only to India, no, there are going to be huge amount of foreign tourists who are expected to come. So, and another important data point which I want to share is Ayodhya had 3.5 lakh visitors coming in the year 2022. And this figure rose to 2.39 crores in 2023. Look at the figure. 3.5 லட்சம் எங்க, 2.39 கோடி எங்க ஒரு வருஷத்துல. இது திரு நரேந்திர மோடி அவர்களால மட்டும்தான் முடியும். அவர் ஒரு ஐடியாவை கன்சீவ் பண்ணி, அந்த விக்டரி ஆன அப்புறம் கோவிட் டைம்ல ஆகஸ்ட் 5 தேதிங்கிறது திரு நரேந்திர மோடிக்கு ரொம்ப ஃபேவரட்டான நாள். ஏன்னா ஆகஸ்ட் 5 தேதி 2019 ஆர்டிகிள் 370 ரிமூவ் பண்ணாரு. 2019 அப்புறம் 2020 ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஸ்டோன் லே பண்ணது, பூமி பூஜா லே பண்ணது ஆகஸ்ட் 5, 2020. அவருக்கு தெரியும் இந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு revolution, economic revolution is going to happen. 4 crore tourists are expected per year. And 4 crore. And think about it, in a country of 140 crores. Think about if all the Hindus have decided to go to Ayodhya also, how many years it is going to take? Because it can take in 4 lakh tourists. So 8 themes are going to turn into Ayodhya into a global destination. See, let us understand, Ayodhya is no more just a destination of UP. Ayodhya is no more a destination of India. Ayodhya is a global destination, even before the Pran Pradishta has happened. 8 things are going to happen. 1, spiritual unity. Number 2, there is going to be a greenfield township. And spiritual university is a great project because you're going to have a lot of archaeological things. You're going to have economics, because I just gave you the thing. Because in India, as long as the left liberal historians, wielded the influence over the media, we never knew that there was something called as an Hindutva economics which existed. Because we all know that the revenue or income from Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam is higher than budget of many states. But not many research papers have been published. Now, when the spiritual university comes, you will see a lot of humongous reports. And this will stun even Harvard, I'm telling you. Once it comes, Harvard and Stanford will be stunned, and they would come here to look at how this economics is being driven. Second is Greenfield Township, where people are going to live in a prosperous manner, as I mentioned. Third, an urban forestry is being created, because the green field around Ayodhya, because of Sarayu River, once it is clean, the forest had to be preserved. We can't let an Ayodhya without a forest. So there is going to be a forest, because whenever I visit foreign countries, I used to visit pre-COVID, in almost all the European countries, even in African countries, you will have 10 kilometers of townships. The next 4 or 5 kilometers, there will be forest, the biodiversity. But unfortunately, in many cities in India, you do not have that. You don't have that forest cover. It's all concrete jungle. But Ayodhya is going to have a forest. Then there is going to be a central business district, because all the FMCG companies which have headquarters in Gurgaon, because most of them sit in Gurgaon, would all have their branch offices in Ayodhya, because that is going to direct the entire Awadh, the western and the Purvanchal region, and through that it will go to Nepal. FMCG will move into Nepal. So that's going to happen. Riverfront on the banks, that's a big project taken up by Abhinandan Lodha with an initial investment of 450 crores. And I'm also hearing that it might go up to all the way up to 1,200 crores in future. Hotels and resorts, I've already mentioned 73-star hotels, and multiple budget hotels are going to come up. Water bodies and water metro connectivity. And huge number of dharamshalas are being set up, and this is what it is. And a footnote I would like to tell you, Amitabh Bachchan has bought 10,000 square feet of land in Abhinandan Lodha multi-utility 7-star property, because he feels that if you can live in Ayodhya, you should have a home in Ayodhya. So that is the reason why he has even put up this facility. And apart from that, another great thing which is going to happen is there are going to be 6 places from where helicopter service ride will be available. So you would have helicopter services from Gorakhpur, from Varanasi, from Lucknow, from Prayagraj, from Agra, from Mathura, ranging between 35 minutes to that of 135 minutes. 135 minutes is obviously Agra and Mathura, which is little on the far side. So foreign tourists and NRIs can use this. And they're going to also use this 4 pilgrimage centers. Mathura, you have Ayodhya, you have Prayagraj, and you have Varanasi. And I have a feeling that there is another Divya Desam which is there, Nemisharanyam, where I had been there in the year 2020 pre-COVID. Nemisharanyam is a thick forest. In fact, Lord Narayana resides in the forest itself. And that's closer to the Sitapur, the western UP. So you're going to have the Divya Desams itself, and the also the Jyotirlinga and the Sangamam. So Divya Desams are Mathura, there are 2 Divya Desams. Then you have Nemisharanyam, a Divya Desam, Ayodhya, a Divya Desam, and then Jyotirlinga of Varanasi. And also people who would like to have an aerial view of this, divine city with an amazing forestry. 15 minutes aerial helicopter drive in Ayodhya at a very affordable rate of 3,100 and change per person. So Ayodhya is moving forward. It is going to bring a huge investment. It's not about just temple which is going to fuel and drive economic growth, prosperity, and abundance. And Bhagwan Ram Rajya has already started, not only in Ayodhya, in the entire country. And I'm blessed to get this opportunity. Thank you so much. Jai Sreeram. Any questions for the next 5 minutes? I can take it up. Thank you very much.
Sir, really very nice for you to have elaborated on the economic aspects of Ram temple construction and the development that is being done on all fronts. A holistic development, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas of Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji is being rolled out in a very grand manner. And we thank you once again on behalf of Thinkers Cell, Sri Selvi Damodaran, our president. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity extended to us. And Annamalai ji, Tamil Nadu BJP president, for making BJP a common name of debate and dialogue in every patti totti, as we call it, in Tamil Nadu. Every corner, BJP is growing. We thank everyone. And thank you once again, J.V.C, sir. And Shravanji, over to you if you want to add a few words. And thank you, J.V.C, sir. Over to Shravanji.
Namaskaram, sir.
Sir, ஒரே ஒரு question மட்டும் on behalf of the audience.
Yeah.
Already a propaganda starting that இங்க என்ன மற்ற ஸ்டேட்டோட ஃபண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு அயோத்தியா வளர்க்குறாங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஸோ அதுக்கும் வந்து if you can address that issue, that propaganda, let's nip it in the bud. ஸோ அந்த
Sir,
80 நம்ம தான் ஃபண்ட் பண்றோன்ற மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராபகண்டா ஆல்ரெடி ஓட ஆரம்பிச்சாச்சு. ஸோ வாட் டு யூ திங்க்?
இல்ல சார், இது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம் சொல்லியிருக்கீங்க. More than 3,000 crores have been collected in the drive. Actually, சொல்ல போனா முதல் ஸ்டேட், first state was Rajasthan, topped it. Number 2 was Telangana. In fact, Telangana was number 2 in providing the contribution towards Ram Mandir, and also it was number 1 in providing Karsevaks to the Ram Mandir. Out of the 3,000 crores, I think 900 crores is what is being spent on the temple. அயோத்தியாவுக்கு யாருமே கொடுக்க வேண்டிய அவசியமே கிடையாது. எந்த மாநிலமும் அயோத்தியா தான் மற்ற மாநிலங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கும். ஒரு சாதாரண டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் 85,000 கோடி முதல் வருஷத்துலயே இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் கொண்டு வராங்கன்னா நீங்க பார்க்கணும். நான் தமிழ்நாடு கம்பேர் பண்ணிடுறேன், நான் சொல்ல வேண்டிய அவசியம் கிடையாது, நான் சொல்றேன். நான் 6 லட்சம் கோடி எங்க, 85,000 கோடி எங்க, ஒரு ஸ்மால் டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் இது, அவ்வளவுதான். ஸோ மொத்தமா இட் இஸ் ஃபண்டட் பை த பீப்புள். இது வந்து மக்களுடைய பணத்துல மக்களுக்காக மக்களால் கட்டப்பட்ட ஒரு மாபெரும் திருக்கோவில் தான் அயோத்தியா கோவில். இதை வந்து யார் எங்க பேசினாலும், உங்களோட இதர் டிவி டிபேட்ல பேசினாலும் சரி, இல்ல திண்ணையில உட்காந்து பேசினாலும் சரி, எங்க பேசினாலும் சரி, நீங்க அக்ரெசிவா, இதுல எந்த விதமான டிஃபென்சிவாவும் போக வேண்டிய அவசியம் கிடையாது. இதை வந்து நீங்க அக்ரெசிவா எடுத்து செல்ல வேண்டும். ஆந்திர பிரதேஷ் கவர்மெண்ட் எப்படி இன்னைக்கு டிடிடினால இருக்கோ அந்த மாதிரி வந்து உங்களுக்கு இந்தியா பூராவே, இது யூபிக்கு மட்டும் இல்ல, இந்தியா பூரா அயோத்தியா கொடுக்க போறது. இது வந்து நம்ம சொல்லணும் எல்லார்கிட்டையும். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச் ஃபார் தி क्वेश्चन.
தேங்க்யூ சார். ஐ திங்க் வில் வைண்ட் அப் தி செஷன். நமக்கு டைம் ஆயிப்போச்சு. Many thanks for J.V.C sir to explain in such a fantastic manner. ரொம்ப அற்புதமா எல்லாருக்கும் புரியுற மாதிரி எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணீங்க. Thank you. நாளைக்கு வந்து we'll have another session from Sri Kolagala Srinivas sir, and I think Muralidhara Swamiji is giving Anugraha Bhasanam in the first 5-10 minutes. And நாளைக்கு வந்து எல்லாரும் அயோத்தியா குவிஸ் நாளைக்கு லிங்க் போஸ்ட் பண்ணுவோம். ஆன்லைன் குவிஸ் தான், எல்லாரும் ஆடுற மாதிரி கேட்டுக்கோங்க. தேங்க்யூ சார். தேங்க்யூ ஸ்ரீராம் சார். தேங்க்யூ ஜெகநாத் சார்.